So, anyway, here's a very interesting message. Actually, it's like almost like an SOS from Australia, because a lot of really heavy things are going down there. They got the see, the populace under lockdown, especially in Melbourne, and I've been watching what's going on down there, and it's quite interesting. Well, it's sadly interesting. Um, is because people are under lockdown, and the government is they don't even have that many deaths, and they're really trumping up the cases. They go by the cases, and so anyway, they're trumping up the cases and not in alignment with the deaths, and so they're locking people down and making them people get very frustrated, and you'll see it in this person's voice, and he's really savvy about what's really going on the deeper level. And you're going to see a person, he starts out pretty calm, and then he gets really into it. And we'll discuss some of these things, because this is basically, it's the same kinds of things that are going to go down here in America. It's obviously it'll be very similar, just so everybody gets an idea on like the pattern, because they have lockdown there, they have lockdown here. And so there's some big global reset that they're involved in doing, and he starts to talk about it, and he gets very angry, and I don't blame him, and and because people are dumbed down by TV, and he'll talk about that TV and mainstream media, they believe in these authorities who are letting them down, and so anyway, the same kind of pattern is going on here. And in Germany, they had a protest with millions of people protesting the lockdowns and the masks and all this thing. And so that's not going on so much over there. And so he'll tell you what's going on from his perspective. He's down there in Australia, and you'll see so there's some pretty heavy language he uses. He uses the F word. But you can't blame him. He's really frustrated. And so just get an idea. But this is a preview of what's going to be happening all around the world, as far as what I'm seeing and predicting also, as far from the research I'm doing, unless people just start to wake the hell up, and just do that. So anyway, I'll share this here. And we'll maybe stop the video sometimes to discuss it.
Hello Facebook, and hello Australia, and hello Victoria. I'm going to try and keep this short, but Victoria, I hope you are tuning in, and I hope the message somehow gets out to you guys. I hope you're feeling healthy down there. I hope you're feeling healthy while you're locked up under curfew, deprived of sunlight, being told you can exercise 1 hour a day, being told you have to cover your face. I hope you're feeling really healthy right now. All right? I hope you're feeling healthy while the elderly who built this nation die alone. All right? With no one...
Okay, so I just want to say something here also. What I've noticed here in America, just like over there, is they're pulling this off is by getting people in fear, panic mode, and so and they trump up the cases of people that are infected, but they're not making known so much of people that are actually dying of this virus, because a lot of people have it in this genetic material in their bodies already. It's an immune system response, and it's to do with this G thing. Also, there's some of that going on in there too. See, so I'm noticing there's a big push now to they're trumping up the cases here in America. And it's leading to a same kind of similar scenario, weakening people, these riots and racial riots stuff like this. So this is being trumped up, and trump up the fear and the panic and the disorientation and the frustration also in people like this. So this is a similar pattern happening there as well as here. And as I said, you're going to hear some foul language, but it's just a word. He's just frustrated, and we can't blame the poor guy. Okay?
Hold their hand, dehydrated, not seeing their family, not seeing their loved ones, not seeing the people that they care for, who they raised to build this nation. I hope you're feeling healthy and safe in your little box while you're locked up at home and you can't go out on the street at night. And you're told you can go to the shop once a day. I hope you're feeling really fucking healthy right now. Every single person in Victoria needs to wake the fuck up immediately. Because this curfew, there is a coup going down in Victoria right now. Do you know how many planes from China have landed at Tullamarine Airport in the last 48 hours? Guys, there is night works going on extensively all over Victoria because they're installing 5G and biometrics, and they're flying in all the people from China who you've been sold out to, while you're cowering at home watching the idiot box telling you about some fucking fake pandemic while you get sold out. Right now you are being lied to. Your television is lying to you, and that fucking Dan Andrews, that traitor, has sold you and your families, and he plans to inject every single man, woman and child against their will because he is following orders. I don't know.
So, yeah, you see, this is the... Have you noticed that I've been hearing myself, here in America, people are saying, just regular people who say, we've been sold out to China. We've been sold out to China. Again and again, we've been sold out to China. And so we're getting a sense of this pattern going on here. Here we got mainstream media acting just like the Chinese, what they do. They censor information, they lie to us and everything. There's no difference in China. Everybody knows what's going on in China. They're lying to people there. They're lying to us. They lie all the time. And our media is obviously taken over by people like that. Liars. They're telling us things like they told this guy in Australia. They're always giving the wrong thing as the right thing to do. See, so there's so much of this going on. Here also, it's increasing also, you see, just more and more of this. So the same kind of pattern is going on. You'll see, obviously, the way things are going here, things will not loosen up. They'll just get more and more tighter. More masks, more rules. You notice? More rules, more fear, more panic. It just goes deeper and deeper. It'll never stop.
What it's going to take for Australia to wake the fuck up. But you are down there cowering like fucking pathetic little wimps with your masks on and your faces covered while our elderly die, and while he locks you up in your home and flies in delegates and AI experts to install the biometric social credit system that you are all going to be a part of unless you wake up. Our ancestors...
So he says some interesting things here. This biometrics and 5 install and social credit system. What do you think Facebook's all about? Credit, getting likes, getting dislikes. It's just, different. This is all training for us for this social credit system, and this is what they're going to be bringing in here. That's why they want to destroy the economy. The idea, you think it's this thing of knocking down the economy and trumping up the numbers of this pandemic, which is obviously not really a pandemic. What is it? They always have to make more people that appear to be died. Just got a video, a guy who just stormed a hospital and found the whole hospital that they say is overwhelmed was empty. Anyway, I got the video. I think I even posted it. The whole friggin' hospital is empty. See, it's all holographic things, man. They can make, because everybody is tuned in to the media, they can say whatever they want, create whatever picture they want for us. See, this is the way it is, just like the landing on the moon. They can, because nobody's there, they want to keep us distant, socially distant from each other, so that all we're doing is tuning into the TV or mass media news. They get rid of all the alternative news and all the mass media news, then we're only just programmed. We don't think. They don't want thinkers. This kind of government, they just want just order carriers, order executors. Not thinkers, not deeply thinking about the situation. Okay? So here we go. We have a person right there telling us, right there in Australia, they're flying in planes from China already because the place is already ripe for takeover. They can see, hey, nobody's doing anything. They just keep coming in. And if you would have heard these persons telling about the lock, you got to lock yourselves in, just like authoritative leaders, and everybody goes, well, okay. I guess that's what the government wants. We're going to do it. So this is a ripe time. The Chinese just fly right in there, take right over. Why not? Yeah, that's what he's so emphatic about. So he's only using bad language, or this so-called, the F words and all that, because he's frustrated. Okay.
Fought to protect us from this fucking tyranny that is being rolled out right now. Your television is lying to you. That scum of the earth, Daniel Andrews, is lying to you. He's flying in plane after plane after plane from...
So this again is nothing new. Politicians we know they just have this habit of lying and telling exaggerations and stuff like this, and that television is being used. Hey, just doing a short one. This television is being used to program people. See, and that's what I see here, the masses of people, they're programmed believing in mainstream news and the television. See, and so therefore, her and I were also thinking about, like, wow, why does everybody look like they're brainwashed? See, this is mainstream, tuning in mainstream. So anyway, this is how things are coming down, getting everybody ripe for a takeover, a mass takeover. So they're doing stuff like this in Australia now. They're flying in the Chinese to do a coup over there. It looks like this guy is reporting on it. Okay.
Guangdong in China with God knows who. Are they the people who bought the land of Victoria? You think the fires weren't deliberate to burn you off your land, and now they lock you up?
Yeah, now that's a very interesting point, this thing about fires. This is, these fires that were huge fires in Australia, in the Amazon jungle, these were all intentional. Is to burn people off, burn up their lands, all of that. This is it's like a communist takeover. They do stuff like that. Matter of fact, I also posted a video of a person who was warning against this about 60 years ago. And there was a movie or something. And it's exactly what's happening now. And he mentioned that these things that are the Marxist communist takeover, what they start to do is they like to burn stuff. They want to burn everything. See? It's like burning. And so anyway, and there's some people doing research here, and these fires, like big fires around in California, these droughts, actually they got control of the weather now and stuff like that, controlling floods and hurricanes, all kinds of stuff, man. This is a demoniac thing. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is because, at least we can do some kind of preparation, right? And so we came to the conclusion, at least I came to the conclusion, that the best preparation is Bhagavatam and Harikatha and chanting the holy name. Okay? So this just kind of is like a good motivator, maybe you can look at it like that. So, because other people will prepare in different ways. Some people will just try and, buy gold or, or live on the land or, stock up with foods, and which might not be such a bad idea, but still, the real protection is to awaken our spiritual body and be deep in Krishna. This guy, I can see why he's really frustrated, because he doesn't have this kind. I mean, he's not. If he did, he only has part of the picture in that sense. Okay, where is he going to go? Is there any preacher out there trying to help him understand how to awaken his spiritual body and find real safety in becoming free from the cycle of birth and death? Well, this is kind of our job, to do this. So he's presenting one is kind of the pragmatic situation, okay? Not the real full solution. I mean, this is just happening, and it's probably going to fly practically everywhere.
Fucking hell, Australia. Did you think tanks were going to roll in? Did you think the planes were going to fly in when they attacked Australia? And they overthrow this country? No, it doesn't work like that. They fuck with your mind first and defeat you, and they send you in your fucking home, and you obey, and you lie down there, and you cower with your fucking mask on. You can't even see each other. You need to wake up. We are under attack, Australia, right the fuck now. Every single one of us. And you're locked up in your home, too scared to go out, too scared to speak out, criticising the people who try to wake you up to the fact that our country is under attack.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like a mirror image of what's going on here in America? People sitting in their homes, too scared to do anything. You got something, because if that, it's like they win by default. You just sit there, and everybody sit there and obeying. Got to have some kind of plan, man. If that's your plan, well, then you just get this takeover. They just come right in, and you're an easy make. He'll do whatever we say. And then the commies take over, and Marxists rule. Because isn't that the same kind of pattern? Is this any different here than what he's talking about?
Nope. History repeats itself.
So history's pretty fresh, man. We're going to see it happen there fully, and let's see how many people wake up. Already the planes have flew in there, and you could see the way those politicians are. They're just pushing lockdowns, lock them up, just keep them in jail. They won't do anything. They listen to us. I even see the newscaster who's getting wind of this. He's getting savvy, He's like, well, they're cheating us. They're obviously this, but nobody's, they're all just sitting in their homes, all locked up. So anyway, let's see what else he has to say.
They've been burning us. They've been spraying us. They want to inject us. What's it going to take for you to wake the fuck up now? We are all...
See, spraying us, chemtrails, and injecting. Oh, you don't think that? Well, hey, man, it's another one I sent out there. Yeah, Trump's right up there. He's ready to inject everybody. They think he's our hero. Well, I don't know. He's the one. He's going to have the army, backing him up to inject everybody. Okay? This is a big fear in America. A lot of people, they don't want to be injected, but they're going to be forced. They got the army. He said, I'm going to just send the injectors, the doctors out with the army. What do they call them? Whatever would they have, the troops that they got. National Guard or something. Yeah.
We're going to be dead. Every single last one of us. That motherfucker has done deals with the CSIRO and Bill and Melinda Gates, whatever the fuck those clones are, and they want to inject every man, woman, and child in Victoria first. You need to wake up. What's it going to take? What's it going to take for you to wake up? They're going to destroy this country. There'll be no more money. All your businesses are gone. They gave you your super so you could spend the last of your nest egg.
So aside from his foul language, is he true what he's saying? Yeah, are they destroying everybody's businesses? Is it really necessary? Did they really do the real plan or the right thing? Did those numbers of people they were projecting, millions and millions of people, ever come to? No. It is because it's happening because it's the plan. You know, this is the plan that's being executed here.
You've got nothing left. Nothing. It will all be gone. And your fucking television, every single journalist on there is a fucking...
You see how many people, how gold is way up now. It's almost doubled. Why? Because people, they know something's going to happen. You know, the money system's going to crash. It's going to be worth nothing. Because they want it like this. They want to have a new monetary system. Why not? You know, they created all that money from nothing, didn't they? You know, they had no money, nothing to back up the money here in this country. So what's the difference? They just start a new thing, take all the money that people have and work for their real hard and make it worthless, and then you have to they'll give you a stipend. You know, so you barely survive. Why not? This is, yeah. Anyway, you see kind of the way things are going. Why is it happening all over the world? The same kind of thing, the same kind of mentality. Must be this world takeover.
It's bigger than the U.S.
Yeah, it's not only just this U.S., it's the world. It's like, look at Australia. It's kind of like, you know, it's always like a training ground somewhere. That's the training ground right now. You could see, I mean, I've been watching Australia, and they are so ripe for it, man. They are so like, they're like sheep. I mean, just, tell us what to do. You know, just not a lot of big mass protests or anything. They're already, you know, ready for it. Oh yeah, we want to lock you down more. What do you think about it? Oh, okay, yeah. Fly in those commies, man. Fly in China. Yeah, but get the social credit scores. Get the they want to put on that G. I won't say the first word. The G system, you know, the G, and then so they have facial biometrics recognition and get you under, you know, give you the shot. The first place is for the shot is there actually, and Bill and Melinda. Oh, isn't it funny? Bill and Melinda Gates. They show up here. They show up there. They're in Africa, and they're all over the friggin' world. Ah. Again, why are we doing this? Well, anyway, we have our own, you know, why these guys, you know, they tell everybody what's happening here. You know, the guys, they say, you got to stock up, man. You got to prepare for this. You got to get gold. You got to get crypto. You got to get this. You got to get this. Oh, we have also our little thing too. Yeah, we got to say, hey, man, you want the best shelter? Harikata every day. You're going to fight all this stuff? This is a worldwide situation, man. Better prepare. Better come to Harikata. You know, better chant Hare Krishna. You know, we're here to awaken spiritual bodies. Eternal spiritual bodies are just ready to be awakened. We've got the authority and everything so that people can transcend this whole situation. Otherwise, if you die with your gold, because there's nowhere to run. What I looked at is there anywhere to run? Nowhere, man. The whole world they're all doing this. There ain't a country that I found. You can't fly anywhere now, practically. You know, without a lot of hassles. And it'll get worse. Soon you have to give your blood and what do you call injection, identifications, you know. Yeah, so anyway, preparation for this, for the most intelligent persons, or those who are moved by this message, is, hey man, come to Sadhu Sangha, hear Harikatha regularly about the absolute truth. And actually, if enough people do that, the Lord might just turn the whole thing around. There might not be any need for this. On the deepest level, this is going on to turn people back to the truth. And not depend on their gold and their cryptos and all that stuff to do it. You gonna go for a walk?
Taking you with me.
Oh, good. Oh, shower time. All right. Yeah. You see? So, yeah, this is our way of preparation. And this is solid, man. This preparation is permanent, man. When you get this, when you awaken your spiritual body, man, and develop spiritual relationships with God and with brothers and sisters. I mean, this is the whole point of the end times. You know, they talk of prophesize end times, that at the end there's going to be all this kind of havoc. Well, we're the end of something, man. The end of that. So if this is the end times, it's still the end of it's the end of basically being able to fully depend on materialism and materialistic systems. We can't depend on even alternative systems. Got to learn to depend on the Supreme Lord. See? And transcend all of this permanently. See? Because we got a soul. I think most of us know that we got a spiritual soul. We got a soul. And that soul has a relationship with the source. And that's, people call it God, Krishna, Christ. See, like this, we got to awaken that consciousness so we can transcend this level of persecution, actually. And that goes for everybody. Everybody needs this kind of thing. Okay, let's see what more he has to say.
Prostitute. They are lying to your face every day, and you switch it on, and they get you afraid, and they send you home, and they cover your face, and you won't stand up. And the people who fought for this fucking country, who bled...
See, so they're lying. Now this is part of the world. There's this. Remember we talked about. There's no point in criticizing things in the modes of nature. Modes of nature are passion, ignorance, and even goodness. Everything's just acting uniformly. So right now, this mode of ignorance and passion is predominant. It's very predominant, and they've been working really hard, very fruitive, very hard to take over the world. See? And the way they're doing it is a Machiavelli style, which is, hey man, the end justifies the means. If you have to lie to people, cheat them, illusion them, then that's good to achieve your goals. See? So the goals of these worldwide system is something that most people don't want. Only a few want this because they'll be benefited. And so they're lying to people, cheating them in many different ways. They're not being straight because their goal is not a win for the real people. They often present it, this, people helping this, Black Lives Matter and socialism stuff. They say, this is a real important thing and everything. But the deeper motive is a lie, and it's to actually get this deeper agenda accomplished, to reset the whole world, one world socialist government. See, not a nationalist socialism, a global socialist government. See, this is why everything's happening like this. You see, everybody is in lockdown. Everybody is restricted. Everybody practically is wearing masks.
Died overseas to protect you so you could have a good life, every one of us. This is our country, Australia. Fuck! It's our country, and they are taking it. He's flown in all these planes from Guangdong. What is it going to take for you to wake up and stand?
This gentleman is obviously frustrated and angry. And I can't blame him. He's just, what he's saying is, I don't know what to do. Why don't you guys just wake up? Why don't you wake up? Well, I just want to tell you that they just can't wake up on their own. People have been programmed. They're indoctrinated. And often people will go to their deaths. So he's frustrated, doesn't know what to do. Okay? Well, anyway, if people watch this video and see, okay, what's his alternative? Is just wake up on your own power. People don't know that we are meant to be empowered. See? And we have to, that's why people join organizations, see, or they work for somebody. They get empowered, or you go to school. You go to school, you learn from a teacher. It's the law of empowerment. The empowerment. Now this kind of situation, well, what's going to empower him or those persons under the lockdowns, or even us? See, is what he's finding, and many others will find, that the kind of empowerment from those who are lying to you and cheating you, it does nothing but disempower you. See, it makes you weaker. See, because you're trying to follow orders, and these orders, see, like if you watch TV. You watch TV for years, like a lot of people still do. You know, they watch TV. You watch the mainstream news. They're not teaching you how to think. They're programming you. It's about programming. See, and then so the result is just yes and obey. Oh, this is the order of the coming from the TV subliminal messages and all that, or from these politicians, or from these mainstream media sources. See, they're all making people like children. They're treating them like children. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have to censor the information, and we'll say it's for the good of the people. Because everything but our opinion is false. We have the real opinion, the right opinion. You don't have any need to think. You guys are children. You don't need to think for yourselves, and we'll empower you. We'll, in other words, you'll act in this world according to our order. And may not even know that you're doing that because you've been watching TV, and we've been programming you for years. TV, movies, all that stuff. Is that making sense here? So what do we got here? Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll go over the comments here. Okay. So Joanne says, I send a message to a devotee asking him, if so doing wrong, why can this devotee understand the books of Srila Prabhupada much better? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And you see, that's the same kind of thing. Many Vaishnavas have been programmed by their religious leaders in that organization. See? And even though you come with the truth, they can't understand it. Why? Because they're programmed, see, and dumbed down, and so they're dull. They can't use their brain. So they do this kind of programming and manipulation in even religion. That's why Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion. Surrender to me. So you got the world thing going on too. Okay? So that's the thing. If you get sadhu sangha, where we're being empowered by the what's called Shuddha Bhakti, or something beyond this world. It's not of this world. It's a spirit. It's the Holy Spirit. See? It gives you full knowledge and understanding of see what's going on here, and to be more strong, more purified in consciousness, like that kind of stuff. This way Chinese written. Okay. Karuna says, no money, great, I owe a lot of debt. Money for nothing and you chicks for free. Yeah, Germany's standing up because, you know, this is a very deep thing. Just like you see, not everybody exactly went through the lockdown. Sweden didn't, and maybe another country or two, but Sweden is a good example. Yeah. Isn't that the reason why Freddie says, isn't that the reason why conditioned souls are here? Because they depend on their own strength and intelligence. Yeah, and actually nobody is really depending on their own strength and intelligence. even that's not exactly true. They may think that, see, but you see, Scripture teaches, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, I'm the intelligence of the intelligent. Yeah. So, but you can have just material intelligence. See, a lot of people have that. So you're empowered that, you're empowered by all these books you read or study. Becomes an empowerment. See, so, but the best empowerment is God. God empowerment. They call it Shuddha Bhakti. Okay? Best empowerment. So Freddie says, most conditioned souls go to God if they're in a situation they can't handle. And that's really the essence of what's going on. This is an unhandleable situation. It'll drive many people back to God. Yeah. A little bit more here.
Up for this fucking country because they died for us. They died in their thousands on foreign beaches. And if you don't care about that, well, you're not a fucking Australian, are you?
See, so he's trying to empower people, with his anger, and to kind of awaken that in people. So anyway, that's different. That's also one way, empower people with knowledge and frustration, and anger. See, some people get motivated.
Fucking pedophile Satanists. They have got you wrapped around their little finger because you believe the bullshit on their television.
See, that's an interesting point. He talks about pedophiles and Satanists, which is the demoniac. A lot of pedophiles, that's all coming to light. A lot of pedophiles around, often in politics and in the movies and stuff like that. See? Satanists, they worshiping Satan, that's actually coming out. It's, what's more of a conspiracy is not what people are, these politicians who are lying and cheating. They say, oh, you guys are conspiracy theories. Having, these are only theories of conspiracy theories. See? But the real conspiracy is what they're doing, actually.
Programming your mind. You need to think. We are a warrior nation.
Okay, this is a good point. He said your mind's being programmed. See, TV, mass media, they give you a certain world view. You see, you look through that view. Only their view. It's all uniformed. Okay? So you see through those filters. What's the point here?
In Australia, we've had it too good. Victoria, you need to stand up.
Yeah. I forgot there was another point to make on this. Maybe we should back it up here a little bit. Let's see here.
Bullshit on their television. They're programming your mind. You need to think. We are a warrior nation, Australia. We've had it.
Yeah, you need to think, but this is the thing. It's not easy. When you've been programmed, you haven't woke that. You're not awake to that. So you have to wake up.
Too good. Victoria, you need to stand up now, because they are rolling out something very fucking sinister, and it will be the Holocaust of Australia. And however Victoria goes, the rest of Australia will go, and so goes the world. The world is watching you. Every single one of us needs to speak out now. That motherfucker.
Yeah, I was thinking America was ground zero for this, but it looks like Australia apparently might be ground zero for this takeover first, and then the Western countries will follow more, or maybe not.
is flying in all these people from China. They want to set up a social credit system here, and he's openly stated he wants to vaccinate against your will every man, woman, and child in this country. You need to wake up and speak up, because this is very fucking serious.
That's an interesting point. He says, see, their minute, whoever that politician is he's talking about, openly said they want to vaccinate everybody against their will. And it's the same thing. Trump said the same thing. He said, they said, how are you going to enforce this vaccination thing? He said, I have the army ready for that. See, and again, people say, see, he says, but people can interpret. They could say, well, he means this and he means something else. Yeah, no, it's really
right now. This is a dictator down there. He sold you all out. Every single one of you. Guys, if you're not angry, you're already dead. Already dead. And if you are in the Australian military, and if you're in the Australian police force, you better wake up and realize who you are serving. You are serving.
Yeah, you know, in the it's interesting because in the I've heard this a lot. I didn't know about all these things, but I've learned in the police force, they don't like to hire people that are intelligent. They want to hire people that are average, because they're easier to control, and they don't think as deeply as more intelligent persons. They can analyze situations and not be subjected to them. Just they will think about it. Say, well, should I see? This is where our sovereignty over our bodies and minds are. But if you're programmed just to obey, you don't have that sovereignty. Whatever your authorities say is right for you, that's what you'll do. And that's what we have in religion. It's a similar kind of thing. Whatever the authorities say, because you're supposed to obey your bona fide guru, right? And so people often, they're just programmed to obey their guru without analyzing the situation. Is this person saying something that is actually right? Just obey. That's the thing to do. But that's not right. That's not what I do here. I mean, if people should consider what is being said here. Like I say, I have faith in Prabhupada's books into the deeper purport of the Vedas. I present that conclusion. People have to think about it, man. Is this right? Is it right to have a guru? Is it right to have this kind of a guru, this kind of standard? These are the kinds of things I'm presenting conclusions. But you guys got to consider. I don't want anybody blindly believing them. Do your research, read the books, study them, come to your own conclusions, see how it works for you. Yeah. So, like this.
The globalist, socialist, demonic, satanic agenda run by pedophiles who will come in and do whatever the fuck they want to your children. I don't know what it's going to take, guys. You are not seeing, you are locked down in your home because at night at Tullamarine Airport, they are flying in people who are getting ready to take over. They're getting ready to take over Australia. And I'm putting this video out right now because I give a fuck. I'm not afraid. You watch. If anything happens to me, if I get fucking suicided, well, so be it. I'm not fucking afraid to die for this fucking country. Because our ancestors weren't afraid to die. Not one of them. And are you afraid? I'm not afraid anymore. I'm sick of these motherfuckers telling us what to do. We are a free nation. Have you got it through your head? We are free. You can breathe. You can walk to the park. You can hug your friends and family. You can love your children. You can hug your neighbors. This is Australia. This is our fucking country that
So he's saying, yeah, we're free, but are you free? Are they free? Yeah, that's not really true, because if you're really free, you can be able to act free. Like he's even concerned, and I also, they could say like, oh, cuss words, and then all of these revealing all this information about, they could make it look like Gohari. By the way, if there's thing, the claim that Gohari suicided, don't believe it, man. I would never. So anyway, it would be something to do with this bullshit here. But anyway, he's saying, he's coming up, and what is he doing? This is where, how people are killed for the truth. Well, sometimes, this killed for this kind of, he's exposing what's really going on. People, from a person who can think for himself and not just blindly obey.
Ancestors died in the tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands for 2 world wars. And you're just going to roll over on your fucking smartphone at home under curfew with your mask on, terrified, watching the television of this fucking virus that kills 0.3, 0.01 of whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Isn't that amazing? This is all intelligent persons are saying, yeah, this virus has killed like not point, no, I don't even, just a 0.1% or 2% of the population. Not even 1%. It's actually 0%. It's a very small amount. And it's well known. But what are they doing? Oh, more people, so many people are infected. Well, people don't think. If you do your research, you know that, yeah, we have we have this coronavirus in us. It's in our bodies, and some people get sick from it, and some people, they just go right down the road and barely have any symptoms, if anything at all. Just like the flu. That's the real truth behind the whole thing. But they're all pushing... They're twisting truth. That's what demoniac mentality does. Yeah, they twist the truth and say, oh, by the way, so many more cases. We're doing this testing now, and we're finding more cases. And, even that, when you do the research, you can go on, do the research, you find they've been lying about the numbers of positive cases. Some people don't even take the test and they make it a positive. Sometimes you found every test is considered positive because they do or say whatever they want. Whatever they're programmed to do. They just do it. This guy burst into a hospital last night and was photographing. He said, look, there's nobody in there. I guess it was a hospital. They said there's so many cases, they're overrun. So he went to the hospital, and it looks like on the outside they have people in tents where where a lot of people are going to come. So he burst in the thing, and he photographed everywhere, and there was nobody around. It was completely empty. Okay? And the point is, the people were letting this sham fly. See, this is how communism can take over the world, or take over, that's what they want to do, take over our country or his country, is people don't have any moral fabric. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they'll just do and obey because that's what they do. And if it's good what they're obeying, then they get a good result. If it's bad, a bad result. And so here we got all that going on.
Who cares? Let the fucking virus run. We'll deal with it. We ran it fucking machine guns and you're scared of a bacteria. No more. No fucking...
Yeah, people are panicked over something so small. You can't even see it. They have to magnify it even more. And so few people are, see, they're not able to think, and they just go into fear and panic, and whatever is programmed into them, words of causing fear and panic, well, they go with it.
For Australia, that is it. We have to stand up right now, because we are not letting them take our country. All right? I'm not afraid.
Okay, so they say we need to stand up. Okay, one way to stand up to the government and all that stuff, well, maybe that'll happen, maybe not. Okay. How about standing up for God, standing up for truth? That's what we're doing here. Even in this video, we're talking about the deeper truth. Okay. Stand up and praise and worship the Lord, the Supreme Lord. He's in the scriptures. Okay? His real devotees can make that clear. Okay? So this is where we need to stand up, ultimately. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit of this. I had some idea about this. So I hope you like the video. And we'll be back. Hare Krishna.